Namaste everyone. I'm Sushil and I have with me today Ranim, who is going to demonstrate today's class. Today's class is for your menstruation days to ease out the pain and help you go through this natural process with ease, comfort, and relaxation. So let's get started. We might need some blocks, a bolster, a small cushion, and a block. If you don't have this, you can use any of the props which are available at your home or if you're practicing in a studio. So let's get started. So this particular sequence is taken from Iyengar's menstruation sequence. So this is designed specially to help you ease out during these difficult days and help you honor your body and the natural process. We are going to start the first pose lying down in Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined butterfly pose. For this, we will use a bolster. Bring the feet in butterfly. Make sure the feet are not very close to the groin. Now you're going to go back. You can always adjust how much distance you need from the bolster. If you need a pillow, you can lift your head up and gently place a pillow. Hands apart, shoulders relaxing, and the chest open. If you feel any discomfort in this pose, feel free to make any adjustments. And also this practice, we are going to hold each pose for about 4 to 5 minutes. If you want to make it less or if you want to make it more, you can always pause or increase the speed of this particular video. So we're going to stay here in this pose. In every pose we do, we are not just doing it physically, but we are also doing it mentally. During the menstruation process, the apana vayu, we have 5 vayus, 5 types of energies in the body according to Ayurveda and yoga. So during menstruation, the apana vayu, the downward flowing energy, is active. Hence, we do a lot of poses which are aimed at opening the hip, which are focused on the root chakra and the Swadhisthana chakra. During this time, we also avoid any deep back bends and inversions. So even if you're doing any back bend, like this pose, if you see, is a little opening in the chest. At the same time, it's not very intense. Keep breathing into the base of your spine, the Muladhara chakra. And with each exhalation, soften into the earth, into the ground, trusting the grounding energy that supports you. Trusting the Mother Earth. The earth, we call it as the mother because it is nurturing. It is nourishing us. During the holding of the pose, if you feel you need to change anything, you need to adjust, please feel free. And remember, it is not about how the pose looks like, it's about how you feel in this pose. Make sure your breath is slow. And let every exhalation become a little longer than the previous one, giving your body the space to release, giving your mind the time to release and let go. You're going to stay in this pose, Supta Baddha Konasana, the reclined butterfly, for 10 more breaths. Take your awareness inwards, deeper than your physical body. Notice all the thoughts which keeps coming. during the menstruation, there's also a lot of things coming out, release. Therefore, there's a lot of turmoil happening emotionally, mentally. So observe all that and allow the body to release. Now we will slowly start to come out of this pose. You're going to bring the knees together first. Turn to any one side. Press with your hand and come up. Very gently. From here, we are going to prepare ourselves to go into the next pose, which is Supta Virasana, the reclined hero pose. For this also, we will need the bolster. If you don't have bolster, you can use 2 pillows. You're going to bend the knees and rest your buttock onto the bolster and make sure your feet are slightly outwards. If you find this pose challenging, for a lot of people, this pose can be challenging. You can actually do with one leg. One leg is bent, the other leg can be straightened out. Ranim, can you demonstrate? Yes, this can be straightened out, it can be bent. Place the foot onto the mat. Yes, good. Okay, and if you're comfortable doing both the legs together, you can do with both the legs together. Hands apart. Again, this expansion in the chest because of the bolster is reminding you to open up your chest. It's reminding you to open up your heart and release. Notice the gentle stretch across your abdomen, your quadriceps. Imagine the flow of prana moving downwards, soothing any cramps, any tension which you might be experiencing right now. This downward flowing energy is called apana vayu. And this apana vayu is guiding whatever is ready to be released. You're going to hold this pose for a little lesser time than the previous one, because this can be challenging for a lot of you in the quadriceps, in the knees. You can always come out of this pose earlier than I ask you to. And like I said, you can do it with one leg and then the other leg. Staying here for 10 more breaths. And as you hold the poses, it is also giving you the time to reflect what is happening in the body and what is happening in the mind. It is helping you to become more aware about the sensations, about the process which is happening in the mind and the body. Now you can slowly prepare to come up. You can press your hands and come up, or you can release the legs. There are 2 ways of coming out. Once you come out, you're going to go into the next pose, which is the balasana, the child's pose. If you need a rest in between, you can always take a little rest. Bring your knees slightly wide so that your abdomen can expand. You can take the pillow, rest your head down. You will not actually need the smaller pillow. Ranim, you can remove that. Place your hands firmly down onto the mat. Some of you feel that you don't need any pillow. You can do without the pillow. You can keep your head resting to the center. If you feel like turning your head to the side, you can do that. Remember, this is a restorative practice where there's no particular emphasis on alignment, but the emphasis is on how you feel. In this pose, allow yourself to rest deeply like a child, like a small baby. Let your face, your head sink into the support. Feel the safety of surrender. And in this stillness, let your nervous system calm. Let your breath become steady. When I say steady breathing, it means breathing in and out at the same pace. It's not erratic breathing. Breathing with complete awareness. Notice your hands, your palms, resting on the mat, onto the earth. Notice the support coming from so many places. The bolster, the floor, the heels supporting your hips. For any reason you don't feel so comfortable, you can always come out and go into the pose again. Observe your breath moving in and out. And during the inhalation, notice the expansion of the abdomen, not just to the front, but also sideways. And if possible, also backwards, breathing into the back of your lungs. And whenever you feel lost in a thought, become aware of that thought and ask yourself, do I need to spend my energy on this thought? Or can I release? Can I free myself from this particular thought? Staying here for 10 more breaths. And remember, there's no rush to come out. If you feel comfortable, you can also spend a little more time. You can pause the video and stay and enjoy this pose a little longer. Now we will slowly prepare ourselves to come out. Press into your hands and then slowly come up and sit down for a moment. Stretch your legs out. If you need to move your legs, your feet, your knees, you can do that. Now the next pose is Upavishta Konasana. You need to spread both the legs out. Ranim is already going into the next pose. It's her first time on YouTube. She's a little nervous, but she's doing a good job. So, legs a little wider. Bring the bolster closer to you. And some of you who are more flexible, you can maybe go down completely. Those who feel more tightness, you might need one more bolster or one more pillow. And bring the hands down onto the floor. Don't try to make aggressive efforts. Don't try to push yourself too hard. This is the time of the month when you have to release, when you have to let go. So make efforts, but conscious efforts. Efforts to let go. Efforts to become soft. And when you harden, the apana vayu goes in the opposite direction, which we don't need. So you need to soften, you need to release, becoming soft like a flower. The nature teaches us a lot of things. Now in this pose, as you fold forward, bring awareness to your lower abdomen. And breathe into the lower abdomen, into your Swadhisthana chakra. The Swadhisthana chakra is the sacral chakra which is present above the root chakra, which is the seat of creativity and feminine energy. As you breathe into the Swadhisthana chakra, let the feminine energy bloom like a blooming lotus. And with every exhalation, let that energy become soft. And let that feminine energy release whatever is needed to release. And just be in this pose. As we keep holding, you might feel that you can go a little further. If you want to remove one of the pillows, you want to go a little forward, you feel it's too much, you want to come a little back. Absolutely fine. Observe the moments of silence. Observe every breath, how every inhalation is energizing you, and how every exhalation is softening you, helping you release. You're going to stay in this pose for 5 more breaths. And whenever I say 5 breaths or 10 breaths, don't start counting. Don't wait for these breaths to end. This is a reminder for you to enjoy these 5 breaths as much as you can. To take this opportunity to go deeper in the mind, connecting with that soul which is there to support you. Now slowly, gently start coming up. Bring both the legs together. You can place the bolsters, your pillows to the side. The next pose, asana, is Janu Shirsasana, which is one-legged forward bend. You're going to bend your right leg touching your left inner thigh. You can use a bolster again here. You can take the bolster, you can place it on the thigh or you can place it down onto the inside. Gently bend forward. You can place your hands on the bolster or bring the hands down onto the floor. Notice which helps you to ground more, which helps you to feel more supported. In this pose, breathe into your lower spine, the lower back, into your abdomen, softening all the inner organs in your abdomen. Notice how you feel As you hold this pose, you might also notice the stretch in your hamstring muscle. We're going to hold this pose total 5 minutes. 5 breaths is too less, including both sides. So we're going to slowly come out, gently straighten the left leg, straighten the right leg, bend the left leg. Take your bolster and place it either inside of your right leg or on top of the thigh. Bend forward gently. Place your hands either on the bolster or onto the floor. As you go in this pose, notice how this pose feels on this side. This is the only pose in the sequence which has to be done on the right and left. All other poses are symmetric, where there's no right, no left. So in this pose, you might have a little bit of comparison on both sides, and which is absolutely normal to feel more open on one side and a little tighter on the other side. We are all human beings and we tend to use one side more than the other, so hence that difference. But as we keep practicing, the differences reduce. Allow yourself to become more soft and let the energy flow smoothly, bringing you peace of mind and ease into the body. We're going to stay here for 5 more breaths. Observing every passing breath. Now slowly prepare yourself to come out of this pose. Vertebrae after vertebrae, place the bolster to the side and then lie down onto your back. We are going to do supported bridge pose, Setu Bandha Asana, also called as Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. So you're going to lie down first, or you can also do what Ranim is doing, place the bolster, and then you're going to lift your hips slightly and move little back, Ranim, so that your shoulders can rest properly, your head can rest properly, and the bolster is under your sacrum or under your hips, not under your lower back. Very good. Bring your hands to the side, let your head relax completely. And if you feel this is too low, the bolster, you can always lift your hips slightly up and place another pillow so that you can lift up a little higher. Hands relaxed, shoulders relaxed, face soft. In this pose, as your heart opens, feel the chest expand gently, a gentle expansion in the chest. And with every exhalation, notice the abdomen becoming soft. Notice the energy flowing smoothly, bringing lightness to the pelvis and peace to your mind. You're going to hold this pose for 1 more minute. In a minute, we take about 10 to 15 breaths. If you're breathing slowly in a very relaxed manner, the breathing should be about 10 per minute. And if you are breathing a little faster, if there are more thoughts in the mind, the breath can usually go a little faster. So in that case, you're taking 15 breaths. Keep breathing into your chest and keep breathing out through your abdomen. Taking 5 more breaths in this pose with complete awareness. Let every breath take you deeper into the pose. And when I say deeper into the pose, it means you become one with the pose. The pose is done not just by the body, but the mind and the soul. Now, gently lift your hips up, remove your bolster and the cushion and place it to the side. Lie down. Take a few moments here. Allow your lower back to relax. Before we do our last pose, which is Viparita Karni, it's a very soft inversion, also called as the waterfall pose. For this, you will need a wall. So you're going to, Ranim, you can turn around, take your mat close to the wall. Yes, sit down. Take your legs to any one side so that you can touch your buttocks to the wall. Very good. And then lie down, bring your legs up the wall, hands to the side. Take a nice deep breath in and breathe out. Allow yourself to enjoy this pose. And when you're doing this pose, you have somebody next to you. You can always ask them to place a little weight on the feet. You can have this bolster. Is this fine or too heavy? Or you can place the block or a smaller cushion. This helps you to ground a little bit more. Let your eyes close. And this pose is called Viparita Karni, which means the opposite action. This helps the legs to relax. This pose helps the lower back to relax. And most importantly, this pose is helping your nervous system, the mind, to relax. We're going to stay in this pose for 1 more minute. And if you want to spend a little more time in this pose, you feel nice, you can always pause me and continue in this pose. And if you feel any discomfort, you can always come earlier than I ask you to. Slowly start coming out of the pose. I'm going to assist Ranim to bring the bolster down and then bring your knees to any one side. And stay there for a few moments. You can turn to one side, you can relax your head completely, rolling to one side like a small baby. And if you want to do Shavasana after this pose, you can always lie down and continue with Shavasana and end your class. And if you want to end this class now, slowly come up, sit down comfortably, bring your hands together to your heart center. Take a moment to express gratitude. What is that you're grateful for today, in this moment? And with that attitude of gratitude, we are going to end this practice with 1 Om and 3 Shanti. Breathe in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Rub your hands and place it over your eyes. With a beautiful smile, open your eyes. Thank you everyone for practicing with us. Thank you Ranim for helping me with this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please share and subscribe to our channel and share this with your friends if you feel it will be useful for them. Take care.